Welcome everybody to the Luke Pipala Show. As you can see right here, I have George Carlin on my shirt because I just don't give a shit. Here we have our guest, Dantè Davis. Sir, how are you?
Fantastic. Yourself?
I'm awesome. This is the first episode where we have our new production team, so I'm loving it, bro.
This is exciting.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you've been on a podcast before, correct?
I have indeed.
What was the podcast?
So, it was my good friend Andrew Lucas. So if you guys haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. But it was a great time. Down in his basement, having a good time, talking, and just kind of kicking back and forth between.
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly. He's a good guy. He's going to be on one of the episodes too. I wanted him on this one, but this was the first one with everybody and new production, all that. I didn't want to mess anything up for them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I get that.
Yeah. So obviously, can you tell everybody what you do? Basically, who you are.
So, of course, as you guys already said from Luke, My name is Dante. I am a influencer on social media, streamer, YouTuber. I also go by zEnViOuSz as well, or envious, quotes, air quotes. So, kind of a variety streamer, reactions, all that kind of stuff, walkthroughs, mainly gaming. Trying to get into, a couple other things. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be exciting. I got a lot of new plans coming up, so I can't wait.
That's awesome, bro. I was watching one of your videos before. It was 2 hours ago. You had 2,500 views on one of them. I forget which one. I think it was on YouTube. But I was like, holy shit, you're getting exposure for sure.
Probably. And, truthfully, I am blessed for some of the exposure that I have had, and I'm hoping to continue to grow it.
Of
so
course.
I'm really excited. So having this opportunity to be on here with you is a blessing in itself.
Oh, dude, of course. For all my guests, what I wanted to do is get local people at first, here, that I know that aren't just shooting the breeze, whatever, just doing nothing. I want distinguished people, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I've had business owners, barbers, future doctors.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, musicians, other YouTubers. You're obviously another YouTuber. And so, I feel around here, those people kind of get, shat on a little bit because they're not going with the grain, you know what I'm saying? They don't have, these normal plans. You want to do something else.
The typical 9 to 5, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
What's your drive, behind wanting to become a YouTuber? And
So, truthfully, honestly, it kind of dates back to when I was kind of younger in high school and everything like that. I mean, as me and you, I've known you for years now, and you know what I mean. And whenever somebody always thinks of me or even says my name, everyone kind of doesn't have a bad persona of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They always have kind of a fun, goofy persona of me, which is what I always want to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably say that the main reason why I got into the business that I am in now is not only to influence others, but to also be that kind of positive mindset and that whole type of goal in life that I want people to achieve. And yet you don't have to go to the norm of the typical 9 to 5s or, having to go through the typical scenarios of everyday life of how our parents went.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can still do your dreams and everything like that. The whole thing I want to promote is you still got to have a plan in order to go ahead and make your dreams a reality.
Exactly.
That's what I want to promote.
Exactly.
So
I feel for our parents' generation and generations past, they never really were able to utilize the internet, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I agree.
Because
100%.
they had to fall back on whatever 9 to 5 job. Nowadays, bro, if you wanted to become a content creator, a podcaster, a musician, whatever, you have the tools, and most likely it's free. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection, which you can go to Dunkin', Starbucks, McDonald's, even a library, wherever. So you could do whatever you really want to now. I feel our generation, especially millennial generation too, we're really fortunate for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, you probably even remember this when I was in 4th grade when the first iPod came out. Do you remember that?
You graduated 2018, right?
Yeah.
I was 20. Okay, so I was 2019. So I was 13.
You know what I mean? So when you were in 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then. We grew up with technology.
It was crazy. I remember when the YouTube app was an old-fashioned television. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I don't remember it.
Really?
Probably because I didn't really pay enough attention to YouTube back in the day.
Yeah.
And like a whole lot of social media and stuff like that in the beginning.
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to it.
Okay.
So I kind of, I mean, deer in headlights when it came to that. And also I was kind of living on a rock and I was kind of bubble wrapped as a child.
I understand, yeah. I remember how it was. My mom had parental restrictions on my iPod Touch and everything like that. Which it is what it is. I mean, they want to protect you. They obviously didn't know what was going to happen with like the internet and stuff like that. And looking back, it's probably a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, I agree, 100%. But I mean, if you think about it, if it wasn't for the internet, I mean, we wouldn't have the possible careers and stuff like that we have right now.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
So, I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. Who like inspired you to obviously become what you are now?
Truthfully, I definitely so in the beginning when I was first thinking about it, I've always wanted to do it, but I never knew how to do it. Okay. So one of my best friends, his name is Jared. He actually put me onto another YouTuber about 2 years ago now.
Okay.
His name was Harris Heller. And if you guys don't know who that is, definitely go check him out on his YouTube. He is definitely worth it. He's called the Stream Doctor.
Really?
Yes.
Is he's obviously probably really famous and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Huh. He's definitely, I'm telling you right now, Luke, when it comes down to streams and everything like that, and even just, you don't need, the most expensive type of stuff to actually go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, the one thing I really love when you watch his videos, not only they're high quality videos, but they're very informative.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I loved.
Yeah.
And because I didn't know how to start, he was perfect. Because he literally gave you the blueprint of how to go ahead and start it and then make it your own.
That's the best. Because I feel like now, if you have like how-to videos and stuff like that, tutorials, whatever, for me personally, I'm kind of dumb.
Oh, shut up. No, you're not.
No, when it comes to like building something like that, like I didn't know how to do anything. So like the really descriptive videos like that, they're good. And for a lot of people, I would imagine too. Because some people they're like kind of vague about it. Like, be yourself. Just follow your dreams. And it's like, okay, but tell me how to make a website, for example.
Well, I mean, websites are pretty easy. Now you're really getting to my nerdiness. So, I mean, if we're being completely honest, websites are really simple. But yeah, I agree with you on the how-to videos and how to just basically start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you know how to start, I mean, at that point, it's just a no-brainer of how to do it. And then you feel more comfortable doing it.
When you said websites are easy, can you like dive deeper into that? Like, what do you mean?
So, me being a computer science major, I'm actually graduating in December, so I can't wait. I'm so excited for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, going with my computer science degree, I actually, at a younger age, I was actually fortunate enough to actually go ahead and have certain classes and so on and so forth to be taught a lot younger.
Yeah.
At the high school that I was at, so I actually got a little bit of a head start before I went to college.
Okay.
And I kind of had a passion of kind of putting in all that hard work and then seeing your finished product.
Yeah.
It was kind of like my first little taste of design and just kind of see what it was like. Mm-hmm. And then I really fell in love with programming and stuff like that to where I did robotics, and then I also did application development, video game development, and a couple other things. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Robotics, like when you say robotics, like what type of robotics?
So basically, you know how we all love building Legos?
Correct.
So you can build your own Lego robot, and then it'll have its own little programmable like compiler like module, and you can program that and then make the robot do whatever you want.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So basically, like it's basically you're programming the motor to go ahead and move all the doohickeys and gadgets, and then it can do whatever you want.
Wow. We had a class. I went at my grade school. We had a class for that, but it was like after school. I never got really into it, just because obviously sports and stuff. You're really busy schedule.
No, I get it.
But like I remember people, and they would go and they would talk about it. It seemed really fascinating. My little brother did it actually.
No way.
So, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was, gosh, he was like 6 years younger than me. That was a while ago, like 4 years ago. But yeah, it sounded really cool, man. I want to circle back to like the origin of like YouTube when it was like the television thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I remember is like the early YouTubers, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember the Annoying Orange.
Wait, the Annoying Orange?
Yes,
I do.
Bro.
Oh
and
my
that
god.
viral video. He's just Apple.
Yes.
Apple. And then he goes, what? finally he responds, and then the orange goes, knife!
Yes!
And it just cuts it, right? Yes. And then, would you believe that he got like a whole Cartoon Network show off of that?
No, he doesn't.
I swear, bro.
He does?
I swear, yes. Or that's what it used to be. But it was I'll show you.
Yes, you have to show me. I haven't seen that thing in years.
But it was crazy because like it was this big YouTube channel, and then they got a Cartoon Network deal. Let me show you this.
Dude, that's sick.
This is crazy. See, look right here.
What you got?
They have the episode guide right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll show you, but yeah. So they had that guy. That was the first like real YouTube guy like I remember, the guy, but like channel that I remember, bro. And like it was crazy. And the fact that you could get a Cartoon Network show off of YouTube was like,
it was probably insane at the time, but but probably at the time was revolutionary for them.
Exactly. And then there was another YouTuber. I don't know if you remember Fred. Hold on, let me show you because
I need to see it. That's the only way. The Annoying Orange was the only one that I knew.
Well, Fred, believe it or not, it's this guy. This guy. You remember Fred?
Yes, I remember Fred.
Okay, so,
oh my god.
Okay, so Fred, after he had his successful YouTube channel, he actually got multiple movies made about him. Yes. Yeah, it was either 2 or 3. But it was crazy because like all this started from YouTube, and those were the first 2 accounts like I really remember making it big. And now obviously you have all these accounts, sponsored by Manscaped or Liquid IV,
yeah,
or Better Health, or on and on and on. Right, but at the time that was revolutionary because like YouTube was brand new. All this content was just finally being pushed out. People just had the opportunity to create whatever they wanted. Key and Peele, I was another one.
Yeah, Key and Peele, yeah.
And obviously, Key Peele, I don't even know Key's name. But Jordan Peele, obviously, huge director now.
Yeah,
so like,
I agree.
All these people spawn their careers off YouTube, and it's really fascinating, bro.
Dude, it is. I mean, if you get a good thing going on YouTube, I mean, you can make your life, or your entire influencer career into anything you want.
It's crazy. And especially like you could do like 5 hours, 4 hours just reacting to stuff and just streaming, and you could just clip it together.
Exactly.
And like the content is insane. You could have probably 2 weeks worth of content if you post 1 clip a day, 2 clips a day.
Yeah, at least. I mean, the whole thing is just trying to get a good shot, and that's the whole thing. I mean, you can have so many things of it. Where I'm in my area, it's like you can have hours upon hours of footage and hours upon hours of gameplay. But if you don't have like that right clip or that right, scenario to where it looks just crisp and great,
yeah.
I mean, it's like you just chalk it out the window and just, chalk it up for another one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, it's a lot of just rinse, cycle, repeat. That's kind of how it goes.
Obviously, you're wearing a Twitch shirt, right?
Of course.
And then you stream on YouTube too. So what I guess what I should ask is like, what's your favorite one? Is there one that's better?
Truthfully, here's what I'm gonna say. Twitch. It's a good way to kind of start a little bit. I mean, Twitch or YouTube are both great platforms.
Obviously,
the only reason why I'm going to recommend YouTube better than Twitch is basically for the optimization of people getting to see you. The main issue that I have with Twitch is that, for instance, if you're a big streamer and you have these big numbers, the people that only have like 1 to 2 viewers are never going to get recognized.
Really?
No. Because especially if you go into like the specific game brackets and the criteria and everything like that, when you click on the, let's just say, okay, for instance, Call of Duty, if you click on it, right, the best names that you're going to know, of course, are going to be like, not on Twitch anymore, but like, okay, let's say if they were all still on Twitch, okay? Right. You would have Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, Swag, Nick Merckx, FaZe Nico, you know what I'm talking about? Like all those big
all people
names
that you've heard of.
Yes. Like all big names that would be right there.
Right.
And then all of them would be up at the top, and of course they would have mass followings. But like if you have smaller and smaller people that are trying to make something out of nothing, they don't really get noticed unless you scroll all the way down and just keep scrolling to find people, so on and so forth. So like trying to getting people into the spotlight it's a little bit more difficult in Twitch than it would be in YouTube.
But it's still possible.
Oh, it's still possible. It's just what I like to say is, and I still think some people have done this very, very well. It's just making content of other platforms and then bringing them over to wherever you want them to be.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Truthfully, in my personal opinion, I think Cypher PK did it best.
Who's that?
Cypher PK is a great YouTuber and streamer on Twitch as well.
Okay.
I think he partnered with Reese's Puffs too.
Really?
Yes. Dude, that's great.
Crazy.
But he actually, I think he did it best because originally he was on YouTube and he kind of blew up with Fortnite and stuff like that as well. But he also made other content stuff like that before that previously. But his main thing was Fortnite. But yeah, I think he did it best because he would make stuff on YouTube and he would amass this following and then eventually transition them over into Twitch. Compared to most people, they would kind of just be like, okay, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch and then kind of going. The main problem with that is, okay, you have millions, if not, or you have thousands, if not millions of other people that are doing the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
What sets you different from them? Okay, so that's why making other content on other platforms is so much more beneficial, especially if you're trying to make it in that.
Yeah.
And the one thing that is very detrimental to people, especially, and it's very hard for some people to grasp, is that they think it's going to be a really fast thing.
Yeah.
A really fast thing, real fast track. Like, okay, I'm going to start here, and they have all these high goals and everything like that. I mean, which is great. You always want to have those high goals. You always want them. But in the reality of it all, and the harsh reality, is that you may not meet those numbers and that criteria that you want just yet. I'm not saying you could. Everybody's different. Right. Everybody has their own avenues. Everybody, grows quicker than others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's not impossible, but most of the time, if you start on Twitch and you don't have any other kind of forms of platforms, so on and so forth, it's very difficult to grow because you have other people that are not only in the same spot as you, but you also have bigger people that are getting all the spotlight at the same time. Compared to where YouTube, you would have a little bit of a better chance because if you use the right tags, if you use the right thumbnails, titles, everything like that, everything gets optimized fairly well to where other people can see it. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
that's the nice thing about it.
I definitely see that trend, not just for like Twitch or YouTube, but TikTok in general, right?
Oh, man.
People, what are your thoughts on TikTok?
So, I mean, truthfully, believe it or not, I mean, of course, everybody could probably agree with me a little bit that everyone used to hate TikTok, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to deny I was one of those people.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm going to tell you with it, is that TikTok is a great platform to get a lot of publicity early. And if you know how to do it, it benefits you so much. They would make, they make stars overnight at that point. Especially if you know how to do it right. I mean, a lot of people, of course, are, the one problem, I would probably say the one main problem is when you get that big famous in that short time, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you ever kind of noticed, the problem that I've seen a lot of people, especially on TikTok, is that even though they have this mass following on TikTok, they don't spread their influences to other platforms. Unless you're, like, mega famous. I mean, most people don't do that. In which, that's okay. But why would you only want to make content on just one platform where you can easily spread the revenue, and not only the revenue your platform, no, so many other platforms that can benefit you in other ways.
Exactly. So, like, I saw this one girl on TikTok, and she said link on Instagram, and I said, What's Instagram? So I go to her Instagram, and it was an OnlyFans link, and I was like, "Oh, you're a genius!"
Right.
And of course, just making like TikToks in like her bikini or whatever. But like, what a genius! I mean, you know the algorithm's gonna push you out. Obviously,
you already know.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm not looking down upon it. for my purposes, at least, it's like, well, I respect it. I don't know.
I get it.
But
we all get that.
I agree. Like, especially if you're like at risk of like being shut down on TikTok, you transition everybody else to like YouTube, Instagram, even Snapchat. Some people.
I agree.
Some people have like those shows on Snapchat. I think they're kind of cool.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I mean, like, truthfully, like one of Swag, for instance, he has a thing on Snapchat. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just having your own little thing on Snapchat is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how they do it, but it would be great to know.
Spencer, our cameraman, he makes a bunch of stuff and puts like skits on Snapchat too.
Does he really?
Yeah. No, they're all really talented, all our cameramen, for sure.
Does that mean we're gonna be getting into skits a little bit?
Well, I don't know about his, but he just kind of does those on the fly. But like me personally, I'm in the process of writing 4 skits right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Exciting. Okay.
Not loosely based on like Key and Peele, but like it'd be like Key and Peele-esque. So I'm gonna have them like producing it. I would like to produce it as well, obviously. I like to direct it, and then I'm writing the scripts.
That'd be
they're
awesome.
filming it. Oh yeah, bro. So everybody that's been on the podcast, I'll extend an invitation to them. And just other like aspiring actors too, obviously, like around the area. Like I have this one idea where it's like, how do I explain it? You know, like Christmas morning, right? Your one of your family members is like, okay, now remember, just pretend to like it, even if you don't. Just be polite. Pretend to like every gift that you get.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Well, the concept there is like, okay, the first gift, it's like, it's like, I don't know, maybe like a plastic duck, whatever.
Plastic
it's like, okay, I don't want it, but thank you, thank you,
ducky.
yeah, but thank you, Aunt Sandy, whatever. And then like the gifts keep getting like progressively worse and worse and worse to the point where like I can't be polite about it. So like the last one would be like a swastika flag from the white trash group over there, the white trash aunt and uncle. And it's like, I literally can't say thank you, and I just freak out at the end, and that would be like the thing.
I get it. No, I probably would be cussing someone out at that point. Yeah, I'd be like,
well, it's you can't contain yourself at that point. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Another one, it's like a Dunkin' Donuts interview. So I would have somebody playing a manager and somebody playing, a woman in pajama bottoms and a Steelers jersey, for example. Because the whole thought is like Dunkin' workers, they don't do their job. They're really bad.
It's understandable. I'm waiting 30 minutes for my damn chai latte.
I've used the term degenerate before, but that's a selective word. Some people could fall into that category, some people could not. But it's like, how are you about to give me everything in my drink that doesn't? It's not the sippy cup lid. It's the one with you need a straw, right?
Yes.
How are you not about to give me a straw? So to the point where I literally keep straws in my glove box just in case, and this has happened to me before.
That is so sad.
Isn't it sad? These are our frontline workers.
That is sad.
They service the public every day, and you know what?
Bro,
it's just like a slap in the face.
That's how I feel about having napkins. I never have napkins. Every time I order something, I never get napkins. So I have literally like this, just stack in my glove box.
I thought America ran on Dunkin'.
I guess not.
My personal opinion is like Dunkin' is like for the people that want to save money. Everybody would rather go to Starbucks. Would you agree?
See, I was never big of a Starbucks person.
Really?
I think they're overpriced.
They 100% are.
I think they are.
100%. But it's like Dunkin'. I can't lie. Sometimes after I've had Dunkin' coffee, when I go to the bathroom, you wipe and you get a red surprise here and there. That's just me. Starbucks, I've never had that problem in my life.
See, that's kind of how I feel about with hotheads and Chipotle.
Okay, what do you think? What do you favor?
Well, I used to be a hothead person for the longest time. Mainly because they have so much of variety.
Oh, the sauce is...
Right?
You can't go wrong with the sauce.
You're telling me the hothead sauce is the best one. Sorry.
It's crazy.
It is.
You get whatever. I like, oh my gosh, I haven't been there in so long, but the sweet barbecue sauce.
That is really good. That is...
Oh, it's crazy.
The bomb.
It's crazy.
The bomb.
But like, I don't know. Compare, obviously, quality of Chipotle is so much better, but the variety with the sauce is hotheads. It's like...
Well, so, you know what's funny? I used to have hotheads for the longest time. And I told myself for years... I shouldn't say for years. I probably would say at least for a year and a half I would not go to Chipotle. Everybody used to go to Chipotle for the longest time.
I remember.
And then I never went until I finally broke, and I just said, all right, forget it. I'm going to do it. Right? I just said, all right, I'm going to hop on the bandwagon. I'm going to just go do it. So I ended up doing it, and then I had like the shits for like 3 days after that. It was terrible. It's gone. It's done.
Well, what did you have? Did you have chicken or steak at Chipotle?
Steak.
Oh, you can't get steak.
No, can't do it.
There's E. coli. You got to get chicken.
Can't do it.
I remember.
Okay.
I remember for the chicken bowls, back in the day, it used to be $6.95.
Dude.
Senior year for you, junior year for me, and then all of a sudden they just kept going up. Now it's like $8.50.
Bro, I'm getting robbed. It's terrible.
It's a shame. Now, what's your typical order at Chipotle?
Okay, everybody's going to say, and everyone's going to make fun of me, but I am very bland. I'm just very, very. Everyone says I got a very tasteless taste bud. Okay.
Dive into that.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Dive into it. All right. So if I want to dive into it, I get a hamburger, just plain the meat and ketchup. That's it. That's just, no, I'm just saying in general, just like that before I hop into my Chipotle. I give you a little bit of an idea.
Okay.
I'm very plain.
When it comes to burgers, you're not a vegetable guy.
Let's just say when I was younger, my mom used to make me sit at the table, and I used to have to eat peas and stuff like that.
Oh.
Let me tell you right now, that was a rough life. Let me tell you, I would sit at that table. I would sit there for at least a good hour and a half to 2 hours just staring at them. And then whenever she would leave, right, you would just like pick up your bowl and just like toss it on the floor to like the animal, right?
Oh, okay.
Bro, I had a little puppy. I would just feed it to him, just like, just real quick. So just had to do that, and it was fine. It was perfect. But
we had a situation like that. But go on, I'm sorry.
Okay, but back to the Chipotle thing. Yeah. So all right, so I get the bowl. I get either the bowl, or if I'm feeling fat, I'll just do a bowl and a burrito or something. But usually I do the same thing. So I'll go like brown rice, steak, and I'll do they're like hot sauce. And then I'll do like light on the cheese, light on the less.
Okay.
That's it.
Really?
Very plain. Very plain. And if they screw me on the rice, I'm asking for more rice. Because every time they're always stingy with the bowls.
I know.
Kills me.
I'm a double rice guy.
That's fair. But sometimes. I don't ever pay for it.
You have to pay for it. I thought it was free.
No,
it's free.
It is?
I think it's free.
I'm getting robbed. This is terrible. No, it's not. Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've ever been charged for it before. At least when you get takeout on the app, they don't charge you at all.
You're lying to me. There's no shot. No.
It's a good thing I'm a fast typer. Let's see here. Okay, so this is Yahoo.com lifestyle. After ordering 5 burritos a day for several days, he found out that Chipotle customers could get double rice and beans simply by asking for both types of each. Best of all, there's no extra charge for these added ingredients. My friend, I think that you've been robbed.
Getting robbed. This is awful. I hate this. There was a girl at the register. She told me that they charged like an extra $2 for extra rice.
Did she have blue hair?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's crazy, though.
Yeah. Very plain shaving. It's okay.
Hey, listen, you know what? You know what you like.
Yeah, I do. Look, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. No. Everybody puts this mountain of shit on top of their stuff, and I'm like, that's way too much.
Well, it depends. So what I do, I get the bowl.
All right.
Especially if you're with somebody, a friend or whatever, because I don't want to look like a pig. Because when I get that burrito, I'm double wrapping it. Okay. I'm putting everything in. I'm shoving it all in there. Okay. But when I get a bowl, it's double white rice. So actually, apparently, I was listening to Joe Rogan probably a year and a half ago, and he said that white rice is actually healthier than brown rice. Something about the turmeric in there.
I thought it was the other way around.
So did I. But apparently it's this big debate or whatever. So I get double rice, double white. I usually get regular chicken.
That's right.
Sometimes, if I'm feeling a little ambiguous, I get double chicken. Why not?
Dude, I feel that.
Whatever.
Good.
Sometimes I mess around. I used to go brown beans. Now I'm more of a black bean guy. Because the brown beans
really? I never was a bean person.
The brown beans kind of look disgusting in my opinion. I mean, they look like they've been out for like 3 days. The black beans, though, they look fresh. You know what I'm saying? They look like, okay, we just switched it out. So I select the black beans, whatever.
That's fair.
Next up, I'm going corn and I'm going salsa. Because why not? Throw a little flavor.
Okay. Now, are we talking like the pico salsa, or are we talking like the regular salsa?
Just the regular salsa, the tomatoes. We'll call them the tomatoes. So I put that on. And then if I'm feeling, I want to pay for a little bit more, I put the guac in.
Okay.
I mean, the guac is just
I'm not a big guac fan. I think it looks disgusting.
Have you tried it before?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the taste.
Okay. You know what? That's your opinion.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I just don't like it.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well.
I know. I got a lot of shade for that. It's just... I think it's disgusting.
Understandable.
It's just like mayonnaise. I think it's terrible.
Well, it's mayonnaise dyed green. With a little bit of, guacamole. Because what it is, it's not mayonnaise. Really what it is, they just crush the guacamole. Because it's like a vegetable. They peel it off and they just smash it.
Okay.
And they put it in. Mm-hmm. It's quite good. I would encourage you to give it another try.
All right, I'll give it a try. Okay.
But anyway, I finish it off with cheese, then sour cream, and then lettuce.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's it.
That is a nice variety bowl.
Well, listen, you toss the salad because it is a salad. You
so
toss it.
You give it a nice little shake.
Right. And then what I used to do when I took school seriously.
Take school seriously. Okay,
this is pre-COVID, bro. I was an engineering major.
Okay.
And I would go.
Oh, that's right. You were.
Yes. I would be at the library till 10 till it closed every single night. Well, no, it actually wasn't bad because I was in it, bro.
In go mode?
Yes, I was always in go mode. So every night at like 6:30, I'd walk down to the Chipotle right here, right?
Okay.
I'd get all that shit, and then I would get the chips.
It's fair.
I'd take it back. I'd get a couple napkins, whatever. I have my computer. I'm doing my homework, whatever. My engineering class. Got the chips. You dip it.
Now, can you please, by all means, can you please tell me? No, wait. Can you please tell me that Chipotle's chips are either hit or miss? They're either way too salty, not salty, or not enough salt, or sometimes they're just a little stale.
Okay, I'm on that train.
Thank you.
I'm on that train.
Great. I thought it was just me.
No. I've only had stale chips once from Chipotle. A couple times, though, it's like unbearable with the saltiness. I give it to somebody else.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, you're walking down the street. You see a homeless guy. Sir, would you like the rest of these chips? He looks in the bag. He goes, no. They're too salty. You know what I mean?
It's fair.
It's like...
That's fair. It's understandable. I get that.
But I thought you were paying that for sure. It's tough, bro. It's tough.
It is. It is really, really tough. Yeah. I mean, all right. Now, since we're on the topic of food,
I love food.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, dear Lord, we can go on this forever.
What can Luke go for the rest of his life?
Rest of my life. Chicken and rice. I'm kidding.
Chicken and rice?
I'm kidding. I don't really know, man. I can't pick any one thing that I love. You know what I mean? I feel like this world has too much to offer for you just to say one thing.
All right.
Now, we could go categories, though.
Okay.
Pizza. We can go pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza.
Pineapple pizza. Hawaiian pizza from
Coco's.
Oh,
Lord, you're one of those people that put pineapple on pizza. That is illegal. You can't do that.
Why? Why
because
do you feel so?
It's nasty. You can't look. I don't want to be eating something fruity and healthy with a pizza. I just want it to be nice and greasy and just not have to worry about me eating healthy at the same time.
Have you tried it before?
I have. I just don't know. I told you my taste buds are weird. Man.
Where at?
I don't remember. It was a little while ago. It was a while. I think it was Inner Circle. I want to say it was Inner Circle. It was something like that.
Well, that means the time's up to try it again. Listen, Coco's, what they do, they have the pizza.
Give me the rundown.
It's called a Hawaiian pizza, right?
Okay.
So you would say, what's a Hawaiian pizza? Well, I'm going to tell you. So, Hawaiian pizza, cheese pizza, right? Then they have the sauce, right? So we're not talking white pizza. Disgusting. Then they put little things of ham. Little bits of ham.
Like squares or just like little
It's like squares. It's not the thing. So, squares of ham.
Okay.
And they put this glaze on, like kind of like not like a cinnamon glaze, but like a sweet glaze. And then they put the pineapple on. Oh my gosh, that goes insane, bro.
No, it's fair. It's understandable.
I'd have to rock with Hawaiian pizza.
Okay, all right.
Or Briar Hill. Briar Hill is a close second.
See, okay, now if we're talking about pizza, right? And of course, since we live in Youngstown, right?
Right.
What's your favorite pizza place then, if that's the case?
Well, coming obviously from the Youngstown area, we do have viewers in Canada, like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes. But like from the Northeast Ohio area, Uptown is my favorite.
Thank you.
I love Uptown.
Thank you, my dude.
Nobody ever says Uptown.
Yes.
They always talk about I don't know.
Sauce,
Avalon. I agree. It's just
I don't like Avalon.
Really?
I don't. I think it's way over. First off, I think it's way overpriced. 2, I just don't like how they make it. I don't know. It could be the cheese.
It hits when you're hammered, though.
I bet. Oh. I understand. I get that. It's fair. It's understandable.
You know, like the first time you put that pizza in your mouth, it's orgasmic.
My God.
Yes, I just.
All right, that's fair.
But yeah, bro, I don't know. I love food, but. That's my favorite pizza place, realistically, is Uptown. It doesn't get a lot of credit, man. It doesn't.
No, I'm telling you right now, it's the secret's in the sauce. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You know what I also had? I had Romeo's. Like a couple weeks ago, and I'll tell you right now.
Where's that?
It's in Poland. I think it's in Poland.
Okay.
I think it's in Poland.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Really?
The sauce is really sweet too. It reminds me a lot of Uptown, but it's actually a little bit sweeter.
Huh.
It's really good. So I highly recommend it if you haven't done it yet.
I'll have to try it. I want to get back into YouTube and Twitch because there's been some controversy recently with a bunch of YouTubers. First, I want to talk about Jidion. You know that whole controversy?
No, I don't. Fill me in.
All right, well, basically, I was watching videos about this today, past couple weeks. It's this popular YouTuber. I don't know. He goes by DeMarcus Cousins III on YouTube. He does like so. He does,
I know the basketball player. I don't know him.
He does like pranks on YouTube. Really popular YouTuber. Same thing, streaming stuff on YouTube and Twitch. He was like telling some of the people that were like watching his stream to go comment on this other Twitch streamer's channel. Her name's Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
what about him?
So it was like he commented like L plus ratio, whatever. He told them to comment that on her stream, whatever. So I think this is what got him banned. Eventually, she ended the stream because like I don't even know what L plus ratio means.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Neither do I. I don't know. I hope I'm not out of touch. But anyway.
I'm gonna be honest. Some of these like acronyms, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't.
I can't even pretend to know what I know. So anyway, but she got so upset or whatever that she ended the stream, and eventually he got kicked off permanently. Maybe that's not what it is, but like I watched the video and I watched people talking about it, so apparently it's something like that. Anyway,
do you have a specific reason to do it?
I don't. Just to mess around, whatever. But anyway, he got banned for something if it wasn't that. And basically he made a video, maybe it was a week ago, about how Twitch is sexist and racist. And I was like, what?
Oh, boy. All right.
And so his reasoning was, did you see all that stuff that was going around about that girl that was literally getting like, you know, like
what?
Well, you know what? Like she was catching. Basically, you know, you have pitching and catching. She was catching on the stream, and you could see the guy behind her, right? But in the reflection of the window, you could see everything happening.
Oh.
Yes, and so she got banned for 7 days.
Only 7 days?
Yes, and that's his whole thing. And he literally went on a rant on Twitter about it, and made a whole thing. So he started like a hashtag like about it on Twitter to try and get it like trending, whatever. And it was trending for like an hour until they took it down. Apparently somebody on Twitch contacted Twitter to take it all down.
I mean, it was the kind of the same thing of like Markiplier. There's like a whole huge thing that's been going on with how YouTube and everything has been saying that too.
Yeah.
How they're racist.
It's weird.
Dude, it's been a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on between the two platforms.
Of course, the big news that has happened recently, the guy that's on the board that nobody can see here. What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate?
I think of course I don't know the whole thing because of course I really didn't care enough to really read and dive more into it.
You saved a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean truthfully, all I knew was like kind of like a really stupid situation, and it was really unnecessary, and I think the whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, bro.
That's just your thoughts.
Like 95% of what he said was like,
yeah,
you know
just
what
more
I mean?
like pull away, don't want to touch it with a 9-foot pole. That's kind of what it is.
One thing that I will say that I kind of liked was like when he talked about if you see a nice car at a gas station, and it's like, okay, you ask yourself, is that somebody with a college degree or is it a drug dealer? And everybody says drug dealer. Well, it's like obviously a 9 to 5.
Well, if you think about it, okay, everybody, but then it also comes off too of how people present themselves in public.
Well, correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because I mean, you know, you look at someone and you're like, okay, he probably doesn't have that great of a job, or he probably doesn't, you know, think that he knows anything like that. But some people actually are not what you perceive. You don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people nowadays have an issue with doing, and they do it consistently.
Especially because of social media and like rappers like Migos, 21 Savage, Young Thug, Free Young Thug. You know, like that whole atmosphere of like flex culture, whatever you want to call it. I feel like it's kind of hurt our generation to a degree. Would you say that?
I agree with that. I do agree with that. It's the same thing with athletes too. I mean, athletes are the same way. I mean, if you think about it, like there's this crazy statistic about football players, especially football players.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when they come into the league very young, they have no idea how to spend their money. I mean, that goes with music, basketball, football,
For
any
sure.
sport,
Yeah.
regardless. If you're a teenager and you've never been given that absurd obscene of money, I mean, how do you think everybody's going to do it? Of course they're going to flaunt it. Of course they're going to do whatever they want with it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that kind of sometimes gives a bad rep to certain people. Sometimes it actually gives a better rep. I mean, it doesn't matter, but...
I agree, bro. It's crazy because, like, you look at somebody like Lil Pump, right? I see on my Instagram feed
Mr.
all the
Gucci
time.
Gay.
Yeah.
Mr.
Gucci, Balenciaga, literally every designer, like, piece of clothing you could possibly own at one and, like, wear at one time. But then you see somebody like Zuckerberg, who's a billionaire multiple times over,
and doesn't dress like that?
Dude's wearing sweatpants, flip-flops, and like a V-neck.
Like, is it just me? Would you ever spend $50,000 on like a piece of jewelry around your neck or a watch? I personally, truthfully, I don't think I could, because I'd be way too worried that I'm gonna lose it or leave it somewhere or someone's gonna try to take it off of me. Why would I want that?
And the thing about that, it's really interesting. And I've realized this, like, obviously the algorithm that I follow on Instagram is more like a business thing, and it's kind of like motivational stuff like that.
That's good.
And so through that, and knowing people kind of growing up, knowing like people's parents, and just seeing friends even. Typically what I find is that, for the most part, people that rock all these designer brands, especially around here in Ohio, they don't really have money like that. Like, it's kind of trying to flaunt it, if you know what I mean.
Basically daddy's trust fund? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about like people that like they try to act rich or they try to look rich, but they're usually poor. Whereas people who look poor, more likely than not, are usually rich. I remember there was this mom. I'm not going to name a name, obviously, but she would always rock like all this designer stuff, right? She had, like all this like big SUVs, whatever she always drove. This is back like in middle school, whatever. And I was working at Giant Eagle, like 2 years ago, right? And I would work at the cash register. So I'd see a bunch of other people that like you wouldn't really think act in certain ways, but like they freak out over like coupons or whatever. And it was like stupid. And so this lady who I thought was really well off was paying with food stamps. I was like, huh.
Really?
Yeah, it was really eye-opening, bro. You'd be surprised. But it was crazy, because, like, when you put, like, she had furry boots. She would always walk into basketball games, like, furry boots, big purse.
Just like...
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was, like, really eye-opening, you know what I mean? Because, like, from that point on, like, and I'm not judging her or her situation, but it's, like, for me personally, I don't want to put out a false perception to other people, you know what I mean?
Some people really care about what other people think of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that a lot of people have a really hard time of kind of getting out of that mindset. Especially, I mean, if you're so used to not having something, and then the moment you do get something, you kind of want to get that persona to where it's like, oh, I have something.
Yeah.
No, I hope nobody else sees me not have this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a shame, but I mean, at the same time, that's kind of the world that we live in. Especially now with social media and everything. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And even with like the modern financial system, back in the day, if you wanted to buy a house, I would think you paid for it in full before like credit was around and stuff like that. Back in like the early days, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody watching, correct me if I'm wrong. But like now, we live in like a credit-based culture where it's like you make payments and stuff like that. Even on stuff that's not necessary at all. I'm not saying making payments is bad, but like buying like this shirt, for example, like you can make payments now. You have like an option to make payments on like a shirt that costs like $20. Once again, not condemning anybody that makes payments on stuff. That's like a normal part of our society now. But it's crazy to see how far it's went. Like I make payments on my car, payments on my phone, computer.
I mean, basically anything.
Yeah,
for crying out loud, I paid $400 for shoes and I did a monthly payment.
I mean, that's fine, but when it comes to like basic stuff, like a $10 T-shirt, it's like, why are you giving people the option? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, exactly. But it's just nice to even get that. I mean, shoot, I can get like a really nice shirt for $20, and I don't have to pay the full $20 right now. I can just pay $2 here, $2.
Oh yeah, it's a cool option. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
that's how people kind of get carried away with stuff too.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Only problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big problem. I've never used a credit card for like just buying stuff randomly. Of course, I own a business with my brother, so like we have a credit card for the business, and that's it. We just put like gas and equipment, stuff like that. We make payments on the mower, paid off both of them actually, but you know, like certain equipment, whatever, you pay that out. But like I've never been in the situation where it's like, oh, there's this really cool like pair of shoes, or like sweatpants or whatever. Let me just put it on the card.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
I understand
and a lot of people would get carried away with that, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I mean, especially with when I did that collab with TJ on the clothing, mm-hmm. he really gave me a really nice, you know, insight on the whole clothing brand and how to do it and so on and so forth. So like when I start mine, I'm really excited for it because then like when I start opening the business and everything like that, like getting in the mindset of not spending what I don't need to spend. You know what I'm saying? And only making it for the business and not for, you know, personal or anything else like that. Just keeping it strictly for business.
Having money for those expenses is definitely key.
You already know.
We talked about this before the camera started, but like, could you give everybody like insight into like your clothing brand and like what you wanna kind of make?
So the clothing brand is going to be really focused on positive thinking and stuff like that. My buddies is basically just loving yourself and just loving yourself as a whole, and having, you know, that always putting yourself first and making sure you are healthy at that point, right? Mine is going to be focusing a little bit on his as well, but mainly just positive thinking and just reaching your goals and just knowing that no matter if you're willing to go ahead and put in that hard work, you will go ahead and reach whatever type of success you want to reach. You know, I preach that to everybody, and I tell them all the time. And that's one thing I love about, you know, my once I finalize everything, my name and everything like that's going to be that, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, as you should be.
I am, and the one thing, like I said, I was promoting it to everybody, and I'm telling you, it's just. You if you're willing to put in the work, you will succeed it no matter how far you want to go. The sky's the limit, and only yourself is going to limit where you go. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody's so used to being in this norm, you know, just so used to being so complacent. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's so used to being complacent, and you know, but everybody's always like, you know, or they're being very complacent. They're like, oh man, I hate my job, or I hate doing this, I hate doing that. Well, then why do you still do it? Yeah. Why? But okay, then people are going to be like, well, it's my only source of doing anything, or if I can't find nothing else. Well, technically you can, you just haven't done it. So you know, it's a lot of give and take, especially in that kind of thing. You know what I mean? A lot of give and take, and the one thing, especially what I want to keep promoting, is that if you're willing to put in that time and effort, you will reach wherever heights you want to go. And that's exactly what everyone needs to do. I mean, there will be so many more millionaires and everything like that in this world if people were just willing to go ahead and step outside their comfort zone and willing to take a chance. Yeah. If you're not willing to take a chance, you're only limiting yourself, you know, and those around you. Yeah. And one of the best things I can always say, you put yourself around people that have the same drive and the same passion as you. And some people are already dealt bad cards, and I get that. 100%. You know, but it takes a bigger person to get yourself out of those situations and get yourself surrounded by other people that are willing to not only be as passionate as you are in certain things, but also are willing to reach new levels and new heights along with you to succeed. And that's the one thing you always want to do, and that's probably one of the hardest things you can, because not a lot of people are very ambitious anymore. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, bro. Consistency is another thing that I find. That is huge. As long as you keep pushing, like with this podcast, I tried to go every 2 weeks and just consistently going. September 6th, it'll be a year. That is fantastic. So hopefully this comes out on the anniversary. If not, oh well, no big deal. But it's crazy, just pushing yourself constantly. If you have that fire inside of you for whatever you're passionate about, you're going to do it. As long as you have all the things that we preach, you should be fine. It's really not that hard. No, it's not. Whatever. It's not. I mean, for crying out loud, you know, me, you know, us being in school and everything like that. I mean, for crying out loud, we're having, okay, for instance, last year when I first started and everything like that, I had 2 jobs working about 35 hours a week. I had 18 credit hours. Right. And then I was also doing streaming, YouTube, and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I also was trying to make time for your friends and family. Now, some people can't even balance a simple job and school. Yeah. Or school. Or
anything really.
You know what I mean? And that's where it just coming down to setting your priorities straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that it took me a while to figure it out, but if you're willing to put in the time and the effort, you're able to go ahead and do whatever you want, and then you can manage your time however you want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Minus like being an NBA player for me.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I can't put all my blood, sweat, and tears into growing to be 6'8". That's just not happening.
For crying out loud, I just want to be a bodybuilder. Just,
I mean, hey, you could be a bodybuilder. Okay,
well, no, I'm too small. I'm too short. Okay, I'm not stocky. Well, I am.
Dude,
stocky.
you could do anything you want in terms of being a bodybuilder. Don't say you can't.
Look, okay, let me lose the 6 jelly rolls that I got, and I'll be all right.
You could do that.
Just give me time, okay? Look,
I'm telling you, you could do anything you put your mind into besides growing 6 inches or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like what I love on TikTok, and I don't go on TikTok often anymore because it's just the same thing.
It is. It really is just the same thing.
Sometimes what I love seeing is the guys that like it starts off and they're like 400 pounds.
Oh, the body transformation.
Yeah, and then it's got the sound, and so you know there's a transformation coming, and then you see after, and it's like holy crap, and you see it took some people it took like 2 years, some people it only took it like a year. But it's crazy, you know what I mean?
Oh, seeing exactly where they were to now where they're at. I mean, there was one thing, dude. This guy was like super skinny. Next thing you know, he's freaking jacked. I'm like, wow.
The other way around too. I love seeing people like progress like that. I don't know. And I would assume it does a lot for your mental health, especially guys that are like 400 pounds. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, bro.
Confidence at that point is through the roof, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and that's another thing. It's just like promoting that self-confidence, that positive thinking, and and basically it's okay, and
sweet.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like at this point. That's another reason why I'm promoting this the clothing brand, and then just me as my whole influence as well. Of course, just that positive thinking. Mine is just that positivity in that dark room. We're all living in a dark room. Every now and then again. Everyone has that depressed state. Those dark phases, especially when you go through numerous avenues in life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now that's the whole thing, and not a lot of people have those positive influences. And they're always focused, always around negativity. Those kind of people that are always just constantly around like negative people, negative, thoughts, all that kind of stuff. And they don't really help, but they don't know or have the people to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's like something that I want. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me anyways, especially whether it's my family, even my friends, it doesn't matter who you are, I always want someone to come talk to me. It doesn't matter, I'm not the type of person to say like, oh, I'm here for you and so on and so forth, and then if you actually have an issue and you come to me about it, and just tell you, I don't know, you should go talk to somebody. No, that's what I told you about. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's the one thing I always want people to know, especially. It's 100%. Just like, I'm very, very passionate about that. If you have an issue or just you're having a bad day or something, call me, talk to me, shoot me a text. I don't care. I will be willing to listen. I love listening to that and helping people through it.
When everybody gets those states where they're, I don't want to say depressed, but like they're in a
little rut.
Oh yeah, in a rut or like a bad place. Personally, what do you do to like get yourself out of that?
Truthfully, music is a huge thing for me. Mm-hmm. And then everybody kind of has their coping. Sometimes it could be negative coping, and then you kind of want to turn that into positive. And that's it's very, very hard to think positive in a terrible situation. You know what I'm saying? Very, very difficult. And some people, when they instantly get that and they try to, and then they just fall back on their feet. Yeah. But like, for me, anyways, it'd be music. And then, my favorite video games. Just like, truthfully, that's another reason why I used to love video games so much was that I used to be a nerd and I used to be a little bit overweight back in the day. And I used to be getting in a little rut and so on and so forth. So video games really helped me kind of like, not necessarily escape my reality, but basically escape my problems.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that, people listen to music, people go work out, people go do this, go do that, go take a walk. I always say like one of the best things to do is close your eyes and just taking a nice deep breath and just like eliminating everything else around you. And a lot of people think that's like so stupid, but you really don't understand on how helpful it is and how beneficial.
Exactly.
Truthfully.
And just taking everything in, everything that you have. You know, people fail to look at that.
They do.
You mentioned like gaming to escape your problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
basically,
the metaverse is obviously coming. What are your thoughts on the metaverse?
The metaverse is going to be awesome.
It's going to be insane.
It's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait. Now, there's so many phases that are going to be coming into place, and I can't wait. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm like a Star Wars fangirl. It's like,
I love Star Wars.
You know what I'm saying?
The new trilogy sucked.
Oh, absolutely ass.
Ass.
Sorry,
Terrible.
ass. It's
Rey
terrible.
is not a
If you
Skywalker.
tell me right now that Rey and all them are cool, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Nah, listen. I like John Boyega's character. That's a lot of failed potential, though.
I agree.
Episode 7, right? The first movie in the new trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into that. They killed off Han Solo. I was a little bit disappointed.
I was crying.
But listen, here's the thing, though. There was a lot of hope for the future. It was really cool. But you let it sit, you let it ferment, and it's like, that's literally the plot of A New Hope. You just got an entire different cast, an entire different setting. Like, think about it. Okay? Old man that dies, Obi-Wan. Old man that dies, Han Solo. Okay, that's one thing, and it's both on like the Obi-Wan dies on the Death Star, Han Solo dies on that planet. I forget what it was called, but anyway, that planet that can destroy multiple planets at a time. Okay, so there's another parallel. They had to save Princess Leia on the Death Star. Who were they trying to save? They were trying to save. Was it Finn? No, it wasn't Finn.
I thought it was Rey.
Okay, Rey.
Was it Rey?
It's been so long. So
I don't remember because I only watched it like twice.
You're right.
I don't even care about
You're right.
it.
Okay, so they had to save Rey. Damsel in distress.
That's fair.
Same shit.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Fair. We could go on. So they had in A New Hope. I'm trying to think right now. Final space battle in A New Hope. Final space battle in 7. I forget the title. Like I just don't watch it. Same reason that you're saying. But it's like they literally copy and pasted A New Hope onto that one with like a little bit of change here or there.
I agree. I mean, truthfully, here's the big issue I have with Disney taking over Star Wars.
The floor is yours.
Biggest issue I have.
The floor is yours.
You can tell me, and everybody, please, by all means, tell me if I'm wrong, please. I feel like they babied it down. I feel like they made it too child-friendly. So if we go back, okay, we're talking like, if you look and you compare the filming, right? Mm-hmm. Not only was the choreography way better in Lucasfilms.
Of course.
The fighting styles were 10 times better. But you also saw like cut off limbs, that kind of stuff, blood, a whole bunch of stuff like that, right? Compared to where you watch in the new one, they don't necessarily show that.
And they don't understand lightsabers.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yes.
There's like YouTube clips of like
those were hilarious.
Right?
Hilarious.
Examples of when Rey and Kylo Ren team up in Snoke's room, and like it's just not.
No.
I don't even. Look up the compilations. Obviously,
yes,
I'm doing it
easily. Search.
I'm not doing it justice, but like the lightsabers don't slice through the guards the right way, and it's just weird. Like it doesn't make sense.
No, I mean truthfully, that is the one reason why I have just a big issue with it. That is the one thing. But I'm not going to knock Disney for it. They know how to make a TV show. They know how to do it. They know how to do it. I'm going to be honest. The Clone Wars series, phenomenal. If anyone has not watched it, you need to watch it or you're living under a rock. I'm sorry. But you need to watch it. And same thing with The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch, phenomenal. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. Obi-Wan. Oh my lord! I was crying.
I have quarrels with those.
What?
So the Clone Wars before Disney, obviously fantastic.
Go ahead.
The last 4 episodes of the newest season, the last season of Clone Wars, phenomenal. I feel like the rest, it just felt like filler.
Oh, and most of it was filler.
But like the last 4 episodes, amazing. Mandalorian's a hit, no doubt in my mind. It's so original. It's so Star Wars.
Yep.
It's perfect.
I agree.
The Book of Boba Fett,
I thought could be way better.
They took a beloved character and they just made him into a completely different guy. I really didn't like it, to be honest with you.
Look, the main reason was because Boba Fett always had a nice place in my heart. So I give it the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, they could have made it so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
So much better.
100%.
So much better. And I can't wait for Ahsoka to come out, though.
That'll be a cool show.
That'll be good.
In all fairness to them, though, when it came to like the Book of Boba Fett, they took a character who had maybe less than 5 minutes of dialogue in the first trilogy. And if you're expected to make a show about him, and I don't blame them for like changing up the character a little bit, but still, bro, I feel like everything Disney touches, they just water down for the most part.
I can agree with that.
It's a shame.
I can agree with that.
It's a shame. You go back to the first Avengers, going to the MCU. You go back to the first Avengers film, phenomenal. The CGI, even though the technology was much worse back then, it's perfect.
They made it work though.
But now, made it work. Now you look at like Avengers Endgame, for example, and you could tell like the bad CGI.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely,
awful.
It's awful.
Awful. War Machine, for example, when Thanos snaps. Spoiler alert! When Thanos snaps and War Machine starts to wither away, his head you could tell it's obviously like motion capture because his head starts to like shake a little bit like that. It's very subtle, but you could tell. Spider-Man: No Way Home, loved it.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
But the Green Goblin, when
I cried twice. Well, I saw it 4 times. I cried all 4.
I saw it 3.
I cried 5 times.
But when the Green Goblin, when Norman Osborn, he's looking at the Green Goblin mask, you could tell. It just doesn't. There's no reason for that. You know what I mean?
No,
if you're just standing there, why do you need motion capture? Why do you need a green screen for your suit? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Are you watching the She-Hulk show?
I have not watched it yet, so please, no one spoil it for me yet. Please, don't do it.
Just bad CGI at some points.
It's the same thing with Miss Marvel. I haven't watched it either, but I didn't really care for it. I mean, I just kind of had somebody explain to me what the whole premise of it was.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I mean, that's really it. I didn't really. I mean, because I heard it was kind of like tuning more toward younger adults.
Yeah, it's like a kid show.
Like that, kind of like kids. So
yeah, it's more like
I don't really care for it.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm excited though about the future.
I am.
Avengers,
especially now with the what is it? I'm losing my mind.
Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But oh Lord, I forget.
There's Avengers: Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars.
No, Mutants. There it is.
Oh no, but they didn't even announce anything with that.
But I mean, it's gonna be it. You already know that
it's gonna come. But apparently, here's what happens. So apparently, they have to wait for all the Fox X-Men contracts to expire. So like Jennifer Lawrence, for example, if they cast another Mystique, they have to pay her like $20 million just to fulfill the contract.
I mean, that makes sense.
So they have to wait for everything to expire. But that'll be interesting for sure. I don't know how they're going to incorporate that.
I want to know who's going to be the new Hugh Jackman for Wolverine. Who's going to do it? Nobody can do it. No, I'm sorry. Hugh Jackman was phenomenal. Fantastic.
Tom Hardy. You see a lot of Photoshop with Tom Hardy. But Tom Hardy's like 50 now. He's too old.
Yeah, but I mean...
Who do you think?
I don't think anybody. Me personally, I don't see anybody taking over.
What if they mess around and they make Wolverine a girl?
Instantly turning the shit off. I'm never watching it again.
You just can't do that with characters, you know what I mean?
No. Well, actually, no, they could. I take that back.
Well, not
they
with Wolverine.
Could. Yeah, because with Logan, his daughter.
Well, that's true. They could do that.
So they could do that.
That's a hell of a movie, too.
That was phenomenal.
There was a lot of controversy when they put that on.
I cried numerous times.
Yeah. There was a lot of controversy when they put that on Disney Plus. It was like that. It was Deadpool, and it was like the Netflix shows because it was so violent.
Yeah.
So what they did is they had the kid version and then the adult version, which you had to have a password for the adult version. A lot of controversy going around with Disney lately. I don't know, man.
Oh my god.
It's like...
Don't get me started.
It's crazy. I don't know. I feel like with Johnny Depp, it's like...
Oh, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
I feel like they should...
Tragic.
They shouldn't have fired him.
Well, I mean, it had Pirates of the Caribbean.
Brilliant.
Brilliant to them. It was brilliant. Listen, I'm sorry, Johnny Depp made it. It's just how it happens.
Alice in Wonderland, too.
Oh,
he plays the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
I actually watched it because he was in court. Just to see, I'm a fan of Johnny Depp. And like,
I am too.
He as an actor, he brings like this weird persona, but it works.
Exactly.
Like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
And they're trying to remake it again.
Why?
With Timothée Chalamet.
Okay.
No, I'm not a fan.
I mean, it's probably not going to be good.
Growing up, the new one, the 2006 or 4 one, whatever one Johnny Depp's in, they like freaked me out because it was kind of weird,
Yes. I will definitely say when I was watching it growing up, I felt very awkward watching it.
Did Tim Burton direct it?
I think so.
It feels like a Tim Burton movie. It's like a little bit weird. It's like edgy, weird, but it works.
Yes, it does work. And then eventually comes full circle and makes it a beautiful movie.
Oh no, it was Charlie and the Chocolate. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the first one. And I loved that one growing up. Because it's like, it's less weird. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that one's less weird, but I mean, and then the 2006 version is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because it focuses on the little kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, but there's like, I mean, if we're being completely honest, a lot of the new series that they're trying to make, and going back on the CGI performance and everything. Okay, Fast and Furious. Fast 9. How'd you feel about it? When people get thrown around and getting smacked on the car windshields and they're not, injured or bleeding, I'm sorry, I got an issue with that.
I have a topic I'll bring to you in a second, but to finish this off, it's like, when I saw it, and Vin Diesel is punching through a concrete wall with no superpowers at all. Literally. I mean, the audience doesn't... Maybe he does have superpowers, but no superpowers at all. When, in the first movie, it was literally about street racing.
Mm-hmm. Paul Walker. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I thought, personally, Furious 7, that felt like a send-off for the rest of the franchise.
Oh, it's fantastic. In my personal opinion, I absolutely loved Fast and Furious 5. That was my favorite one.
5 is good.
With the bank robbery. That was my favorite one.
5 is good. I like 7 the most just because, like, the nostalgia, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
everybody's together. It felt like it felt like a great movie to close the franchise on. And then you can make sequels off of that, but, like, that felt like the perfect one.
Yeah.
Like, Toy Story 3, another franchise that is beloved.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 3, it felt like the perfect...
Send-off.
Exactly. Perfect, but then they wanted more money, and they made Toy Story 4, which is like... And that goes on the next point, when you literally make a character whose name is Forky. Like, they literally just, a character, a plastic fork, and they named it Forky. Like, that's terrible writing. You know what I mean? And that goes on to another point. What do you feel about, like, modern movies? Because I feel like now the quality has been watered down significantly.
Okay, if we're going back, can I please say, like, if we're going on the quality of movies... Can I just point out that if you're going to make a movie and you already got years, if not seasons of material, what are you doing not using that material? Perfect example, the movie we shall always never speak of, but I'm going to still say it anyways, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You don't like Avatar: The Last Airbender?
The movie?
I've never watched the movie.
Oh, don't ever watch it. It'll make you ugly. Don't do it.
I'm going to confess, I'm not a fan of the Avatar series.
You're not a fan of the Avatar series?
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. Don't send mean comments my way. I'm sorry. But, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I can't come from a place to, like, judge it. I hear it's bad. But, you know,
it's awful.
Really?
Okay, so... I mean, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you haven't, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you look it up on YouTube, there is an actual video that they point out the differences between the TV show and the movie and earthbending.
Is it that bad?
Oh, it's god-awful. God-awful.
Is it like movies that are based on a book, like they take like significant points and they switch it?
Basically in a sense, like, the speed in which they bend.
I see what you're saying.
So, for instance, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, every earthbender that you see is able to... It takes one earthbender to lift up a humongous boulder and be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it gives you specific scenes that are phenomenal, and it shows you how powerful every earthbender is.
Huh.
So on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Then you watch the movie, and then all you got is just like 6 dudes doing a dance to be able to go ahead and stomp forward, and then just going like, yeah, and then just 2 seconds later, one boulder comes flying by. Yeah.
So they didn't do justice to the
They
cartoon.
did not do anything. No, I'm telling you right now, for crying out loud, it is Aang, it is not Ong. I don't care what anybody says.
The main character?
Yes.
Aang. Is that what they call him in the cartoon?
Yes, and they call him Ong in the movie.
Huh.
It makes no sense.
Really?
No sense.
Aren't they making a new Avatar movie?
They are, and I hope to God... Well, it's actually going to be on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to do it justice.
Hopefully.
But I really pray that they do good. I really do. I'm really hoping they do, because I'm going to cry if it don't.
Netflix have a tremendous budget.
Even now. I mean, but they do make very good movies. They do. They're, I don't know, are you the Blue People Avatar fan? You don't remember? No, you haven't watched that either?
So that movie, good too. I've tried to watch that movie like 6 times, and I just can't get through it. I need like 5. It's so long. No hope, no hope, obviously. But it's just such a long movie. It's like, you know what I mean? It's so hard to sit down and watch something like that when it's like, I don't know, the concept for me personally, it's like,
No, I agree with that. I get it. I mean, they're making a second one. I thought the first one was really good. I'm surprised that they're taking this long to go ahead and...
Well, go ahead.
Well, to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they have... Apparently, they have 4 lined up.
They do? I think that's 4 movies lined up for it? Oh, my God. Okay. Please, by all means, look it up. Enlighten me, because I have no idea.
So, it's crazy. So, I think that's why it's taking so long, is because they're filming all of these movies at once.
No, I get that.
Let's see here. So they have Avatar: The Way of Water. So the much delayed Avatar 2 will finally hit theaters December 16th, 2022. And
I hope
then
it better be good.
Avatar 3.
It better be good.
The third one's coming out in 2024.
Okay. All right.
And then they have one coming out December 19th, 2025. Oh no, sorry.
Probably 26.
No, 2025, and then Avatar 5 December 17th, 2027.
Okay. All right.
I was bored with the first one, but apparently it's like the best thing.
Well, everyone loved it. I mean, truthfully, everyone loved it. I mean, if you think about it entirely, I mean, it was a good story if you kind of watched it and if you kind of paid attention. It definitely has a slow start.
I see what you're saying.
It definitely does.
It's a slow burn.
It's definitely a slow burn. It
I see
is.
what you're saying.
But if you give it some time, it'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, truthfully.
Huh. I have to set aside a day. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
Dude, I would. I mean, even though it's a long, long time, I mean, it's still a really good watch.
I see what you're saying.
I highly recommend it.
What's like your favorite movie when it comes to just like anything?
Sit down?
Anything that you could watch like 100 times over.
Rush Hour.
Really?
Hands down.
Never seen
Rush Hour. You've never seen it?
Never seen it.
Oh my God.
Never seen
okay.
it.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker would be very offended at you right now.
Really?
I mean that.
Chris Tucker's a legend.
Yes, a lot
So is
of
Jackie Chan.
I'm telling you right now. Rush Hour. If you haven't, forget Avatar. Watch Rush Hour right now. Tomorrow.
All right. Since we're talking about comedies, I'm a big fan of comedy movies. But like,
Grown Ups, fantastic.
There was a time where you could just make it and you just have more and more and more. But nowadays, since it's like there's the risk of people being offended. Mm-hmm. Whatever the case is, they're extinct now. There's none.
No, I agree. If Rush Hour was made today, it would be canceled by now.
How do you feel about the whole cancel culture thing? What are your thoughts?
I mean, truthfully, in my personal opinion, I get it. People definitely have the right to their own opinions. Everyone has their, everyone can feel however they want to feel. I'm not trying to knock anybody for it.
Right, like I feel like a woman now, to be honest with you. But, probably at the end of this, I'll feel like a man again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but no, I get that.
Yeah.
It's just the culture we live in today. I mean, everyone's kind of desensitized on everything that's happening. And, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of just how everybody's kind of growing up and so on and so forth. I mean, we kind of have to change with the times. I mean, old comedy back then is not like today's comedy. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
There's
definitely stuff that you for sure cannot say now.
That not at all.
People just used to throw, like breathing then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff that people used to say and get away with back in the day, and that would not fly now.
But I think, like, there's some stuff, obviously, I'm wearing this shirt. I'm not a fan of, like, being politically correct. You see the shirt. It's got the GOAT. Basically, if you don't know who he is, massive comedian, George Carlin, was very anti-politically correct. He famously had the 7 words that you can't say on television. I'm not gonna say them because I forget some of them. Yeah, but like he was doing this back in the day when like censorship was like a big thing. Mm-hmm. He was the first person to really push the culture in terms of like stand-up comedy, like actually talking about stuff. Like back in the day, it was just like corny one-liners, and that was just stand-up comedy. But then
I agree that
he started like talking about like real issues and just changed the game completely. So he was one of those guys that was like politically incorrect, a legend. But, like, you would have those movies like that were just, like, politically incorrect. Like, and I feel like now that kind of manifested itself into a different thing. Like, now you see that with, like, the Nelk Boys on YouTube, for example. Or, like, other people online. You know what I mean? So I feel like that stuff's still there. offensive, whatever you want to call it, politically incorrect comedy, but it's like in a different form. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. I do, 100%.
It's crazy, but I definitely do miss those movies.
Dude, you don't understand. I wanted them to make a Rush Hour 4 for the longest time. They were thinking, it was hinted they were going to do it.
Really?
They were going to do it, and I was going to be so happy. I'm telling you right now. I was going opening night. I was going to be camping out the night before. I'm telling you right now, it's just kind of how it's going to be. Rush Hour, if no one has ever watched, there's been so many people that have never watched Rush Hour. It's been really making me upset.
I'll have to watch it.
It's been making me, it's very hurtful.
Have you ever seen Wedding Crashers?
Wedding Crashers?
Oh.
No.
Oh, you have to watch it.
No.
That's a fantastic comedy. You a fan of Owen Wilson?
I don't even know who that is.
Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. Those are the two guys. They're like comedic actors, basically.
Okay.
What it is, they have it's like a divorce firm or whatever, but they crash weddings. So like when wedding season comes, whatever, it's them, and every weekend they're crashing a wedding, and basically the whole purpose is like sleep with girls, whatever. So that wouldn't fly today, but they eventually finding two girls that they love, whatever, they get together. They're talking about making a sequel.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but I don't know in this climate if it would be able to be like a good movie.
Have you ever watched? I now pronounce you. What is it, Mike and Chuck? Something like that.
Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, Chuck and Larry. That's it. Yeah,
you could not make that movie today.
You can't. It's not gonna happen.
Basically, two guys getting married in Canada for the insurance benefits, which oh my gosh, hilarious! That's up there.
Hilarious movie.
I love that.
Oh
movie.
my god, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, phenomenal.
But you literally can't do that today, which is unfortunate.
You can't.
I would love to make a movie like that.
Oh, that'd be. I mean, me personally, I would love to make a movie like Grown Ups. That'd be awesome.
That's a good movie.
It's so good.
Here's the formula: cancel culture is only for people that let you get canceled or like heat online, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you just ignore it, Drake.
Champagne Poppy.
Drake has this thing called the 72-hour rule. So, like, you just don't look at social media essentially for, like, 72 hours. And then usually it's not a big issue anymore. The news cycle, there's just a new news cycle.
No, I agree.
So that's the key. Really just don't look online. You can just delete your Twitter, your social media, and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've actually known some people that have been doing that.
It's
more recently.
And they
say it's beneficial.
Let me tell you something. That'll make you really find out who your friends are.
Oh, no, it will.
I did a social experiment.
Oh, you did?
Last
By all
winter.
means, do tell.
So, primarily my friend group at the time was communicating through, like, Snapchat, whatever, group chats.
Okay.
And I just did it for, like, peace of mind, whatever. So I deleted Snapchat. Just one app, whatever. And it's crazy, bro. For a month and a half I did this. And only 2 people in that span, like, hit me up. The rest of those people that I thought were, like, friends, whatever, didn't hit me up. So it's like, huh. And then you see, like, they're at, like, events and, like, you're just chilling, whatever. You're out. And it's like, huh. When it's convenient, it's whatever. But, like, when it really comes down to it, like, you can't even, like, shoot me a text.
I get that.
If I'm not responding to, like, a Snapchat, group chat, whatever, what's wrong? Nah.
No, so. I get that. I get it. Truthfully, I'm terrible sometimes at responding. I truly am. Because, like, there are so many people, of course, with how me and you are, we know almost everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you have so many people that so many friends and so on and so forth and associates. It's like you always want to see and check up on them. Of course. And then you always either forget or you got all bunch of other stuff going on in your life. For sure. You know what I mean? And it's like I hate when people get a little bit annoyed or offended at you because they don't, they don't reach out to you or something like that. But, like, for obvious reasons. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or be like, I was too busy or something like that. Well, no, not necessarily you were too busy. I mean, you're just like, oh, okay, I thought I was your, like, really close friend. Yeah. I thought I was, like, really cool with you, so on and so forth. And it's like, you can't just be like, hey, what's up? I just wanted to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm talking about dudes that I've known for, like, ever. And at the time thought, like, I'll take a bullet for you, man. Like, stuff like that.
That kind of stuff?
That corny ass shit.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Truthfully, if you don't mean it, don't say it.
Yeah.
And that's just how I
And at the time, when you're, like, 16 years old, you got testosterone pumping through your veins.
You want your first girlfriend.
You're getting hard and, like, the breeze blowing, you know what I mean? It's like...
No, I get it. The nice flowy mane.
Yeah,
It's nice
it's
and
tough.
easy. I get that.
Tough. You know what the worst? You know what the worst was, bro?
What? Spill it. Go ahead. What you laughing about?
we used to get dropped off at school in grade school, and I'd always get hard right before I had to walk out in front of the teachers.
Okay,
bro.
wait a minute. Can we please talk about this and just say how it's it's really hard to be a guy some days because you just get randomly excited at the worst time.
How hard is it?
I mean, it's like detrimental. It's terrible. Like, come on, I could just be sitting in class, right, and just be like, automatically just get excited, and you're just like, just looking around, making sure like no one's noticing, and then you just gotta like kind of fix yourself, and then you gotta like make sure you get up, and you just gotta. It's terrible.
Teacher, please don't make me stand up.
Please don't make me stand up.
Oh,
you got a little bit of a
that's happened before. That's happened before. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's a dilemma. What can I say? It's an epidemic.
It is.
It's an epidemic.
It is. It's tough out here being a young man.
But I feel like legit, and I'm not just saying this for like sympathy, because obviously some girls don't like me. It is what it is. But like, I feel like it's way hard to be a girl. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is.
I could not.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I'm sorry. I just could not bleed out of my ass. I couldn't. Could you?
No, I can't do it.
I already do it anyway. But that's besides the point. It's for different reasons. But like monthly, you know what? I just can't do it.
I can't do it.
It's crazy. I don't get it.
Truthfully, I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
I'd be very scared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So props to them.
Wearing thick clothes. I can't do it.
Like literally, bro. From a man's perspective, like you wouldn't think that they go through as much shit as they do. I heard a girl on social media talking about she was scared to be in parking garages alone, right? And it's like, what? So I asked
For what reason?
So I asked my mom, and I said, "Are you scared to be in parking garages alone?" And she said, "Yeah, absolutely." And my mom's not like a hardcore feminist, like she doesn't lean into that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's more she's independent, whatever. She doesn't really get political like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy when you really think about it, like.
What?
Obviously men are stronger than women. This isn't like a biased take, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of human trafficking and stuff like that. And it makes sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It's very scary, especially, and I'm not a father, and I'm not planning to become a father anytime soon. But, like, from a father-daughter perspective, bro, you bring a girl into the world, you want to protect her.
Oh, absolutely.
More so than, a boy, a little boy, because she's more vulnerable, you know what I mean? And it's tough, bro. It really is.
It is.
I give
world.
Yeah, exactly. I give women a lot of credit. There's a lot of shit that they have to go through
and deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get it. I mean, I don't know about you, but like in my specific situation, I really look up to single moms. They do the absolute most.
100%.
They do the absolute most. And I mean, I was raised by a single mom. My father passed away when I was a young age, and then she did everything she could. Not only to benefit me and my brother at the time, but to play both sides, the mom and the dad.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely grateful for her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I wouldn't be the man that you guys see now if it wasn't for her.
Exactly.
And I owe everything I have to her. That's literally it. And everybody, like all the single moms, they do the absolute most for their kids, and they do it right. The ones, and my hat goes off to them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I would have been able to do it either.
It's crazy,
especially
bro.
As a single dad. I don't think I could do it.
It's crazy.
Couldn't do it.
I saw like a post on Instagram on Mother's Day last year, and it was like moms are like offensive linemen. They do all the work. They do everything in order to help the team succeed, and the team obviously being the family, but they almost get 0% of the credit a lot of the times.
No, I agree with that.
And single mothers, it's like it's that much 100%. Added pressure. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So like,
yeah,
it's just about appreciation.
No,
it's crazy. Like you said, I don't think I could.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
It's crazy.
For me, at least, there's just a lot of things that go into it and play a part in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's just so many things, and single parents definitely do an amazing job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do.
I was talking about, I don't even know how we discussed this or we got on this, but childbirth with my mom the other night, and it was like, she was like, it's just such a crazy thing. Obviously, like, when you have to push a child out through, you know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm not trying to like make a joke out of it.
But no.
Yeah, but it's
just,
like
I'm instantly thinking about it.
That image, it's like the love for your child, and obviously it's more safe now, but back in the day, like medieval times, I was watching House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones spin.
Ah, okay.
Have you seen it?
No. Is it good?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But
I'll have to watch it.
In the first episode, one of the mothers passes away because she's trying to. She's obviously in labor and passes away because they had to make the decision for the child or her.
Or her.
Yeah, she wasn't. One wasn't going to survive. And they made the decision for the child, so they cut her open, and she died in the show. And it's like it's crazy because we don't realize how much modern medicine has done for like the whole birthing process. But even then, it's still a very dangerous thing now.
Have you ever thought like so? Okay, my girlfriend, for instance, right?
Okay.
She was telling me about if we were ever, if she were ever to have a kid, right?
Right.
She would do like a water birth or like an at-home birth or something like that. Please tell me if you guys know what I'm talking about. By all means, put it down in the comments because I have no idea what you're talking about. But she showed me stuff. It's basically where you like sit, the girl or whatever, like you have like a coach or something like that like coaches you through it.
Yeah.
But it's not like you don't go traditionally to a hospital to give birth. You're kind of like you're like sitting in a little pool or like a tub almost in a sense.
I think I know.
And it's like just nice and soothing in a sense, but then it's just like a water. It's supposed to be a lot like more beneficial for the girl, I guess. I don't know, but instantly what I think of is when she told me that, I'm like, I'm not trying to have a kid at my house on my freaking couch, for instance. I'm instantly thinking of the episode of Martin where she's like, Martin, and she just catches the baby, and he just catches the baby like a football, just rinsing it off and just doing it all. No, not trying to do it. Flips it all, touchdown. No, can't do it. Not happening. But when she told me the water birth, I was like, oh, Lord, I don't know. She said, you wouldn't like that? And I said, I don't know. I'll probably, I don't know. I'll probably be passed out by then. Probably knocked out. I'm hoping that coach or that life coach is able to come in and help me because I don't know if I can do it. But yeah, no, do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of it?
The vagina is amazing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I recently learned that women have 2 holes in the vagina. Right? So everybody's curious, like, how do women pee? I always thought that it just came out. No, there's a hole where they pee, and then there's the part that the baby comes out of. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I did it. See, I did not. But I just thought it was phenomenal. I had no clue. I was astonished. I was freaking out to my mom. She's like, you didn't know that? I was like, no. But it was nuts. Come on. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Are you actually serious?
Yeah, I swear to God I knew that. Yeah.
I had no clue. I feel like an idiot. Go tell me in the comments if you knew that or not. I feel like I just dropped a very important piece of information. But it's like,
it's a need to know.
I was astonished. I mean, I guess you need to know. I thought it was like a waterfall thing. Okay. But yeah, you know what I mean? So,
no, I get it.
Is there anything else that you want to promote before we wrap this up? Promote the YouTube again. Subscribe to my YouTube, of course.
Absolutely. Subscribe to my boy over here. And then, of course, you got me. And then make sure to come over to Twitch for sure. Clothing brand should be coming up hopefully by the beginning of next year, so I'm so excited.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be sure to buy some of your stuff.
I'm hoping so. I'm really excited for it. So I think the next thing I'm gonna get is just the nice button-up shirts. We're gonna be trying to do, of course, hoodies, nice shorts. I'm definitely gonna do some windbreakers, so I'm excited for that, and long sleeves.
There we go.
I'm excited for it.
All right.
Big ideas, and I can't wait for it. So
I can't wait to see you put everything onto the paper.
Oh, I know, right, dude? There's just so much stuff we got planned, man. I'm so excited.
Exactly.
For future to come, right?
A lot of big things planned. All right, everybody, have a good one and wear a condom.
And see.
That was
awesome. I love it.